Well, hey y'all, it's Tracy Mack, your favorite podcast host of the BWWP, baby. That's the Black Women's World podcast. Don't get it twisted. Listen, we are living in a time that the more truth that needs to be shared and told, the more it seems to be suppressed. I don't care if it's the powers that be or an algorithm, but I tell you one thing, baby, you got to trust your God rhythm, and no matter if they pretend they're not looking, listening, or following, speak and share your truth, because just because they suppress it and sometimes the people that need to hear it most pretend not to hear or see it, it doesn't mean we don't get to say it. So unless they hide it, if you see something, say something. And I'm going to keep saying it with my chest. Welcome to Black Women's World, where Black women vibe and thrive together. And if you ain't a Black woman, you'll get to know at least one, because this Black woman's world, my Black woman's world, is whatever I say it is, simply because I am. So welcome, Sisternistas and Sisternista lovers. We're here for you. Much love and peace. Any entity that doesn't make a deliberate plan to include qualified Black women in its leadership, not just as a token or a drawing card, will end up repeating some of the same failures that have been marinated in centuries of racism, sexism, and Christian nationalism. They'll end up repeating the same thing of what they're attempting to evolve away from. That is, if they're really attempting. But the Black woman must be revered, seen as equal, and treated like the organic necessary solution she is. No, she's not there to fix it, because that's what people have thought and tried for years and centuries. She is not there to fix it, bear the burden, pull the mess out of the mud, carry the weight on her back, nor in her head. She's not there to soothe or coddle fragility, tap dance, sing, entertain, put on a show, or make folks comfortable or laugh. Sis, you bet not. Now, I'm talking to Sisternistas, but also if those of who love us are Sisternista lovers, if you can hear me, and you can say it with your chest loud and proud too. Because you love us, there's empathy and sympathy of understanding what we go through. Now, when they talk about we bring Black women in or it's a DEI hire, that's not what I'm talking about, because they're not doing her any favors, not with affirmative action or any type of quotas for DEI, because sis has been qualified and certified. They would finally be acknowledging who she has always been and giving her public position its due out loud and everywhere, for where she and her ancestors have been the whole time, which is behind the scenes and underfoot. But the paradox is that now where she is needed to help solve issues that she didn't create, the paradox is she is so Florida Evans damn tired that she has withdrawn her application to be hired by them. Be it political or religious, she may not even show up for the interview. Sis is tired of being disappointed, stolen from, abused, overlooked, being overqualified and underpaid, her intellect being plagiarized. Her smile criticized, her laughter questioned, her song stifled or sung and covered by someone who sings loud and wrong, her ideas and creativity being bamboozled by cultural appropriation, her land being gentrified, her efforts laughed at behind her back and in her face, her children being systematically subjected to the erasure of her history, her body being mocked by those who actually secretly love it, her body being over-sexualized, yet surgically replicated, most times unsuccessfully, her hair and skin becoming topics of legislation. Sis is tired. Sis is me too. Tired of cleaning up nationwide and worldwide message she never made. Mending wounds. Lord help me. Mending wounds we never inflicted. And healing those we never made sick. Nah, she ain't perfect. And she knows she isn't perfect because every time she holds her head up to breathe in a smidgen of deserved pride, the entire world does its calculated groupthink in its echo chamber, and it does its level best to let her know at every turn how less than perfect they feel she is. So nah, sis ain't perfect, but we, me, is a queen to be. She's your queen to be. Qualified by birth, and said qualifications are not up for discussion. And if you know, you know. But if you don't, I can't help you. Because Lord knows I've tried. And if you can't hear me by now, I don't know what to tell you. But she's tired. And now she realizes that taking off her super shero cape and donning a self-care soul sister care robe, sitting back and sipping tea steeped in Holy Ghost and ancestral leaves. It's the only way that now she can tap into the God in her that's always been. That Christ consciousness, ancestral divine spirituality that can't be bought or taught. She finally realizes that the rest is resistance, and rest is a form of self-preservation. Whatever you do, do not tell her how to feel. Because for the first time in her life, because of the circumstances that are created to let everyone else know how they feel, sis is finally feeling herself, individually and collectively. She is feeling herself. What you can do is ask her what she needs and keep that same energy when following through. Now, for anyone who feels some kind of way, Polo Tink Tink, I haven't put a soul down. Yet truth does feel heavy for those who've lived in the luxury of fragility and denial. I haven't put you down or anyone else. I'm simply shining a well-deserved light on my Nubian sis because the way folk have been treating and acting, we're all we got. And from my point of view, that's a whole hell of a lot. And it's enough. We are enough. So sis, sit back, rest, relax, and breathe. And do whatever you feel necessary to take care of yourself. Because we see you, Queen. We love you, Queen. We honor you, Queen. Be. You've been listening to Black Women's World Podcast, the BWWP, brought to you in part by Tracy Mack, Solutions for Life Institute, Coaching and Training Services. No doubt you have enjoyed being in our world, and it doesn't have to stop here. Head on over to blackwomensworld.com. This is my personal invitation to you to stay connected with me on social media and more. I'd love to see you there, and I'm so grateful you came to be with me here. Invite someone else to join you in our queendom next time so they can feel the vibe of our tribe of Sisternistas and Sisternista lovers too. Remember to be kind, be authentic, be generous, be excellent, be grateful, and while you're at it, go ahead and be extraordinary because that's just what Sisternistas do, on purpose through mission with passion and compassion. It's a Black woman's world, baby, and you, my Sisternista, are proof. I'm your self-discovery companion, your professional peacemaker, and your host, Tracy Mack. Wherever you are in the world, may you love and be loved by somebody. Peace.